Well, you got your wish, fans. People have lost their jobs. That's not a cool subject, but you know what? We've got to talk about it because the reality of 25 has hit the staff. We're going to get into it. Myself and Eric, we're going to rock and roll tonight. Let's get going right now.
Yainer Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman, and this is Brett Chancey.
Hey, what's up, Eric? How's it going, man?
We are the Locked On Astros podcast, and you can make us your first listen on Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Go ahead and check us out. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app and go ahead and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Well, Astros fans, you got your wish. The Astros cleaned house a little bit, and they got rid of batting coaches, a catching coach. We're going to go and talk about this. How is that going to affect the 2026 season, and is it going to help? So we'll go and talk about this and more on this edition of the Locked On Astros podcast. Between Brett and I, we have over 18 years of podcasting experience. So thank you for making the Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day.
Yeah, Eric. So this is kind of different. Us doing this like this kind of feel like a radio show or like we're in studio. So hey, man, we live close enough together. This worked out. But you know, one of the things that's not working out, Eric, is you have Alex Centrone and Troy Snicker both gone. Snicker's been here since 2015. Alex Centrone's been here since Centrone's been here since 15. Right. Snicker's been here since 16. And look, you've got to look back on some of the great offensive teams that we've had. I don't know that the lack of production is because the hitting coaches were here, because you have the 2019 team, you have other teams that were offensively powerful.
Right.
But even if it is a personnel problem, I think at this time, maybe you need a different philosophy. Maybe you need a different approach. And unfortunately, there are guys like this. And then also Michael Collins, a catching coach, who I don't know many knew who he was. No offense to him, but Michael Collins, a catching coach, where one of the things that we've seen a drop in is the defensive metrics for the Astros.
I know a lot of people have complained about Yainer Diaz and maybe he's his declining skills as a catcher. But the Astros have had some great years offensively. They wouldn't be winning World Series without a good offense. But this year, it just seemed like they couldn't get it together, and they struggled. They had some burst where they busted out offensively. But what I think they're looking for is they're looking for a new voice, somebody to try to snap this funk where they're so aggressive at the plate, they're swinging at the first pitch, and they're not going deep into the count. And so I think that what Dana Brown did was he sat down with his staff and said, okay, let's evaluate what's really going on here. Why did the Astros take a step back, even though they lost one more game than they did the year before? But what's going on? Is it really the personnel, or is it how they're being coached? These are professional athletes. You're not going to say, oh, well, these guys all of a sudden forgot how to play baseball. Right. But if there's something that's not being communicated from coach to the players, whether it's analytics, whether it's anything like that, maybe they need a new line of thinking. And I know, especially in education, you're still in education, Brett, sometimes when they have a new hire, they go to a high-performing school and they get a teacher from that school to bring them in and basically to change the line of thinking. And so maybe that's what's going on here.
Right. And this is a club that has historically taken fewer and fewer pitches every year. Isaac Paredes, even he couldn't save that. But he was absent most of the season. Not only were the hitting coaches let go, but Jeremiah Randall, talking about Isaac Paredes and his injury, going back to Alex Bregman back in 21, going back to Kyle Tucker. this past season, this year with Yordan, with all the missed things. Now, Randall was not fired. He was not renewed. So his contract ended. They just are not bringing him back. Now, I will tell you this. Someone I was talking to close to the team the other day did tell me that there was a lot of concentration by him on his personal practice that he had. And you can't fault a man for doing that. I'm wondering, did something like that get in the way? You know what I'm saying? Because I can't imagine being the head athletic trainer for a major league ball club.
Well, he had other staff there too.
Well, I know he did, but I'm just saying, like, you know, the thing is, he's not here anymore. A lot of fans were really concerned, and I think want to know, like, what are they going to do? Someone asked me on X, are they bringing back the assistant medical staff? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the assistant medical staff does, but they talked about getting more imaging, which was kind of troubling to me. They have constantly brought back guys, and I don't think it's a coincidence that all these guys come back, Eric, and they misdiagnose them. To me, something was missing. So I think they need new leadership in that area. Maybe they get someone, maybe they find the magic bullet, you know, to come in over a doctor who evaluates their injuries or prepares them better. What is their conditioning like? That's what I want to know. What are they putting these players through? What is the rigor? Is it too much? Is it not enough? And so those are things that they've got all off season to get healthy, which is nice. But Snicker gone, Centrone gone, have been here for a long time. They've seen a lot of success. So I think that, again, this is a roster issue more than it is a hitting coach issue.
Yeah, and like Chandler Rome was very fond of saying throughout the season, when the Astros would score 12 runs, I guess the hitting coaches are doing a great job today. It's not all on the hitting coaches. Sometimes it's just about the players, and bottom line, the player's success depends on what they do on the field. But helping them figure out what's going wrong. And even going back 6 to 7 years, I remember when Yuli Gurriel was just struggling, having one of the worst seasons of his career. You would think that somebody of his who had the success he did would be able to figure something out, and maybe they would be able to say, hey, let's fix this. But they didn't. I think towards the end of the season that year, he kind of figured things out a little bit. He got hot in the playoffs, but he wasn't the same player. But the Astros just, if you come to them and you are hot, then they have a way of kind of maintaining it. But if you're struggling, sometimes they can't fix you like they can pitching.
Yeah, you know, pitching, I think, is going to be something that is really going to benefit, though, more from health than anything, you know, because they've got to go out there and get somebody else. I don't see them bringing back Framber Valdez. I think he's going to want too much. You've got your ace and Hunter Brown. You've got, you know, Eric Getty coming back. You've got Christian Javier. You've got Jason Alexander. We just interviewed him, you know, a full season of him. He's going to be working on stuff. He'll be a good guy. He will be a great guy, especially if you can get a 6-man rotation early on. He would be perfect for that. And you got AJ Blueball. I know they have him as a long relief guy, but he eventually, I think, is supposed to be a starter. You've got Miguel Yola. But at the end of the day, my question is this. What if the Astros get a new hitting coach, which they are, and the first month of the season, they're not hitting well? Are people going to say, let's fire this guy now, right? Because we saw the Rangers do what they did. You know, in 23, they had that breakout year. They won the World Series. You know, they beat us. They knocked us out of the playoffs, right?
Right.
But this year, they fired their hitting coach and hired a new one, and they got worse.
Well, they had a brief stint where they were good. But, like, sometimes you bring in a new philosophy, and they're like, oh, yeah, let's do this. But if they don't perfectly buy into what they're trying to do, it's not going to stick. And they go back to their bad just habits. Right. And so what you got to do is figure out a way to get out of those bad habits of swinging at the first pitch, Jose Altuve, and just being super aggressive, try to take more pitches, especially if you're hitting at the top of the lineup. And that's what Isaac Paredes was so good at doing, is going deep into the counts. And guys, we have all offseason to go and continue this conversation. Who are the Astros going to get? what hitting coach will help this offense. And guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day.
Hello, everybody. This episode is brought to you by Ruget. Let me tell you, if you head to Ruget.com right now, use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB, you'll get 15% off your first order. That's right. If you get this, what do you get when you cross a bald eagle standing on top of a silverback gorilla riding a T-Rex? Confidence, pure confidence. You're looking for something beyond the usual pill. It's time to meet Ruget Go Long. Guys, you've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. Well, let me tell you, Ruget Go Long comes in at the perfect time. It isn't just another ED pill. It's a total game changer for confidence. Go Long combines 2 doctor-trusted medications in one dual action formula, so you can get hard and go the distance. The effects can last up to 36 hours. That's confidence all day, all night, and even into the next day. The process is simple. Connect with the board-certified doctor 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. If prescribed, your treatment will be there as soon as you order it. Ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Head to Ruget.com. That's RUGIET.com and use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB for 15% off your first order. That's RUGIET.com. Use the promo code LOCKEDON. Make sure to use the code that we sent you now.
Hey guys, go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and make us your first listen. We're trying to get to 16,000 subscribers, and we're trying to get you to help us get there. Whether it's on YouTube, Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, just make us part of your daily routine. We're going to be your team every day, all off season. We're going to keep you up to date with what's going on, what Astros moves are going to be made, who are the hitting coaches going to be. I know that fans were demanding a change.
Right.
Something's got to happen. They didn't do it during the regular season. They were going to just go with the status quo. The Astros, yes, they have fired some managers during the season, but they've liked to kind of just go with the status quo for the most part. But it's good that they're doing some type of change.
Yeah, unfortunately, people are going to be responsible. And at the end of the day, the players are the ones that have to execute, but the coaches are the one that get the chopping block. We know that. Look, Chris Moreno, our friend here, says he turned his Little League team around, so he's available. Hey, I'm pretty sure, Chris, that your price is a lot lower than any other hitting coach. They might come in at a bargain deal. Now, they do have $50-something million coming off the books of dead contracts, so maybe there's some room to hire them. We haven't seen Brett and Eric in one room in a while. I don't think. Have we done a podcast?
Since Hooters, I think.
Since Hooters. That's right. Ruget.com. So, yeah, definitely. But, what's next? Here's the thing. An important date, October 31st, is when pretty much I think the other decisions need to be made by, which is Halloween, which is kind of weird. So, and let's say this. These are real men with real families, okay? And I'm not saying we have to have a pity party for them, but they now have to find work. Their families have been here for a long time. I've actually sat next to the Centrone family at a couple playoff games. Very nice family, great people. The Snickers, their baseball family. I mean, I'm sure they'll land somewhere, but, they're moving on. And the catching coach, I'm wondering if we lost the catching coach, would we possibly bring in someone like Maldonado to take that position since he's retiring? I mean, he's retiring. He loved it in Houston. He would be great. I mean, as a coach, I would bring in Maldy 10 times out of 10.
There could have been my word is strong as oak agreement there. As when he retired, you can come back. We'll give you some type of job in the Astros organization. But he's also been playing baseball for a long time. I think that he's going to spend a year or so to actually spend time with his family. And I think that's what you're going to see. So I think he'll take some time off just to do that. So he might be good in that situation. He's going to be a coach someday. He may be a manager down the road. I think he's smart enough to do that. But I don't know if he's going to jump right in it. But if he wants to go that course, I think this will be a good place to start at.
Eric, someone's asking if you're a literal giant. And
you should see my son. He's 6'8".
His son's 6'8". You're what, 6?
I'm 6 foot.
6 foot. So I'm 5'8.5". So I'm, there you go. I'm now 6 foot. I was actually 5'11". When I played college volleyball, at my university, my coach listed me at 5'11". That's the tallest I've ever been. To be tall again. I would love that. But so the new voices, I think they'll help to a certain extent. But we got the playoffs, and we've got the Blue Jays moving on to the ALCS for the first time since 2016. I've been rooting for the Blue Jays. George Springer, Miles Straw.
Yeah.
You also have Loper Fido. It was also my grandmother's favorite team. She was Canadian, so I know she's smiling down from heaven. She's loving this. Vlad Guerrero Jr. has got a ton of this dude is puffing his chest.
He was so emotional after that win, and he's somebody that's played a lot of baseball, and he comes from a big family background, and for him to get this was very big. And Yankees fans were super upset. They're like, oh, it's just the Blue Jays. But the Blue Jays are they've been such a dominating team all year.
Right.
So I think a lot of people saw this except for Yankees fans. So they've been dealing with this horribly this whole time. And I know it sucks to lose, but at least you lost to a better team. And the Blue Jays at this point are a better team. They've shown it throughout the whole.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's the thing. And I actually saw again, I know this is an Astros podcast, but the losing team, the Yankees, they asked Aaron Judge, what's it like year after year, you guys come up short. And he's like, it's frustrating.
It's those dang ex-Astros.
Right. Well, but the thing is, Aaron Judge continues to have great regular seasons, but yet goes to the postseason. And this last year got to the World Series, they could only win one game. And so I don't have any sympathy for the Yankees, but Aaron Judge, I think, is the ultimate leader. Because if you compare that to a Manny Machado interview, his interview at the end of the season this year, someone asked him about that. He goes, what kind of question is that? We lost. Come on, man. You can't, he totally was pissed off, thought the guy was out of line. Aaron Judge just faced some music. And so the Yankees may be seeing some changes too. I mean, Boone's been there a while and he has not been able to get the job done. So we may see some changes in the American League. My question is, though, who is on the horizon? Are the Astros going to go in-house? Is there somebody out there, a hitting coach that we don't know about? I have no clue what they're going to do.
I don't think the Astros know. I think that they're taking a shot in the dark. They're saying, okay, we don't like the direction the offense has been going, not just this year, the past couple years. Don't forget that they had to literally paint the hitter's background because the hitters were complaining about that. So this has been an issue for a while, and apparently Christian Walker probably had issues with the hitting background as well, or something at Daikin Park, but he wasn't performing at home. But there's got to be a way he can hit like he did on the road at home, like he did on the road. So a new hitting coach can probably figure something out. So
maybe
who's out there? We don't know. Maybe there's somebody on another team that maybe assistant that the Astros can go get, or no, I know I saw somebody in chat earlier. No, Jeff Bagwell is not going to become the hitting coach.
Are they serious?
No, they said don't let Bagwell touch
Don't let Bagwell. No, Bagwell. No, we're not doing anything Jeff Bagwell. The only thing I want to see Jeff Bagwell at is an autograph signing, and that's it.
I don't think that Michael Brantley is going to be option.
No.
I think he'll be good at it. I just don't think that he wants that type of commitment because it's all spring training. It's during the off season. It's all season. And then you have to basically go visit players throughout the off season as well. So it's a full-time gig. You might have some vacation time during the off season, but being a hitting coach is a big commitment because it's not just about what you do during the regular season. It's about building those relationships. And Centrone, he had those relationships because, like he said, he's been here since 2018?
No, 2015.
2015, and Snicker's been
10 years since 2016. So they've both been here the same amount of time. And I mean, when they did produce, they produced, though, with the lineup that was better. So here's the question as a coach, okay, and this is for Joe Espada or any hitting coach, is do good players prop the coach up, or does the coach bring the good players up to another level?
Right.
And my other question is, when we had hitters come over, did we have anybody improve? Right. And I don't know that we really saw that, but hey, we will come back for another segment. We are going to hear first from our friends at Game Time. Well, there's nothing like getting baseball tickets through Game Time. I can tell you the hassle and the hustle and the bustle it is to get tickets on third-party sites, and it is not fun. The fees are atrocious, and you don't always get views. There's not really a bunch of guarantees, but with Game Time, use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms to apply. And let me tell you all the reasons why. Number one, you get to pick your seats. You get zone deals that are amazing. You don't have to worry about them picking a bad seat. They'll pick a good seat for you. There's no surprise fees. The energy, the crowd, everything you get to experience, and you don't have to be wrecked about it emotionally because you spent an arm and a leg. Because with Game Time, you can take advantage of everything from their fast and easy backed Game Time guarantee. They're 100% authentic tickets delivered on time. So that's why I need you right now to download the Game Time app today, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms to apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Down Game Time today.
Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Go and subscribe to us. We're trying to get up to 16,000 subscribers, and we need your help. There's a little red button down there. We don't see it, but you see it. All you have to do is press that little subscribe button and go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and check us out. And yes, there's a big black dog down here that I have to try to walk around and not step on. So it's really hard for me to try to hide.
So Milo is here, but he's laying down right now. And guys, just so I answer the question, because I've seen it a couple times, these shirts are not available. I apologize. I mean, these are shirts that we had made for us, but unfortunately they're not available for purchasing, but that's out of our hands, out of our control. Yeah. So watching the playoffs this year, Eric, has been different, right? Mm-hmm. Because the Astros aren't in it. But I've picked the Blue Jays. Now, what I want to talk to you about is this Mariners series. I don't know if you saw this. The Tigers had to come back. They scored 9 runs. Yeah. Game 5, Tarek Skubal. Skubal in Seattle. That's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I think they're down 3-0 as well in that game, and they came back. So, yeah, the Tigers have put up more of a fight than I thought they would, honestly. And I know a lot of people are like, well, AJ Hinch is going to leave the Tigers. No, he's not. If he goes to the ALCS, he's definitely staying in Detroit. And what he has done, not just this year, but what he did last year with that team, I think is amazing. And if Alex Bregman indeed opts out of the contract with the with the Red Sox, I wouldn't be surprised if he says, hey, I see what the Tigers are doing. I think I can make that team better. And so you could be seeing him going over to play for the Tigers instead of maybe all the drama, because the drama over there with Red Sox, and technically the Red Sox really don't need him. They have somebody else that could play third base. That's not Devers because he's gone, but they have a young player that could play third base. And so right now the question is, who's going to win the NL DS? You have the Phillies and the Dodgers right now. The Dodgers are up in the series 2-1. But right now it's tied 1-1.
The Phillies are trying to take it back to LA.
Right. I know.
And what's crazy is Kershaw pitched in last game, and he was playoff Kershaw. Yeah. Kershaw's great. Kershaw's one of the best in this generation, but he just has not performed playoff wise. Oh, funny thing I saw on X, Yankees fans flexing pictures of Kyle Tucker in a Yankees uniform. And someone retweeted and said, do we need to tell them? Kind of like talking about Kyle Tucker's postseason lack of success.
Right.
So right now, Yankees fans think that everybody's coming to them. Ranger Suarez, Kyle Tucker, they're taking everybody off the table. But the bottom line is what the Yankees fans have to realize. I don't know if if you watch this, whenever they were trying to come back, guys like McMahon were contributing, were hitting home runs when they didn't do that in the regular season. And see, when the Astros went to so many injuries and they kept digging into that roster, you just knew that it was going to be very difficult even if they made the playoffs. I say you take 5 or 6 injuries off this Astros team. They get to the playoffs, and you can create some early postseason magic with role players. The Astros have done that. The Marwan Gonzalez, the Kobe Rasmus, the different players, the guys that aren't the big headline guys, the Brad Peacocks. The Astros, they were just depleted, and it just was not their year.
Yeah. And I think that the Yankees went out there and they traded for all those bullpen arms, but a lot of them didn't really help.
Devin Williams was not good this year. Like he was great or he was terrible. Yeah. And he lost. Like it must be really hard mentally to play in New York.
Yeah, I think it's a different mindset. And you saw the Mets. They had all these expectations. They played really good all year. Then they kind of fell apart. I know the Astros did the same thing. But the Mets had a super high salary. And so it was good to see the Mets owner apologizing, saying, hey, this is not what we expected. This is not what we wanted to do. And so I think a lot of these organizations that have the expectations of going to a playoff like the Houston Astros, they are going to do what it takes. And so I want to ask you a question, yes. Brett. Let's say that the only thing the Astros do, bring back Victor Caratini, and then they go out and get maybe a starting pitcher. Let's just say maybe a number 2 or the number 3 starting pitcher, and maybe a bullpen arm. That's all they do this offseason. Is that enough with a change of thinking, maybe with hitting coaches, some new blood in here?
Well, I just don't, I think, we have 50-something million coming off the books. They only really have about 30 million in room. It also depends on who they tender, who they non-tender, right. All that stuff. So I think pitching wise, you have to get someone, you have to go after a big name like a Ranger Suarez. You have to get somebody else in here. I think that's going to be something that they almost have to do. Now, the Astros don't think like that, okay? But if they don't do that, then yeah, my expectations where the Astros will go. But honestly, I think if you give me a percentage chance, I think it's a lower percent chance that they go out and get multiple big names, get maybe one name, and then like just some bullpen help, things like that, right, to fill in. But I don't know that there's going to be a huge roster change or shift. Now, the question is, a lot of fans are talking about, will they trade Christian Walker because he didn't perform the way they wanted him to? Is that contract too meaty for a team to take on? And then are the Astros going to want to take on another 2 years of dead money like they have these last 3 years?
Well, it all depends on Carlos Correa because he's the second manager, right? He's going to be.
That's true.
He's going to be the one that's saying, Joe, I think we need to get rid of that Christian Walker.
Maybe Correa will be the hitting coach. He'll be like coach player, kind of like Pete Rose. Yeah. Just don't bet on baseball, Carlos, right?
Yeah. So I want to go and add on to your thing. This is what we want the Astros to do.
Right.
This is what in reality they should do. And this is what the Astros have to do.
That's true. So I know we say this every year. Don't get super excited about the winter meetings just yet. And when they happen, don't freak out, but you're going to hear a lot of rumors. We'll be all over them this year.
Right.
And right now we are actually working at bringing on another Houston Astros player. So we're working out details, time frame. I don't know. It could be soon.
It's Orbit.
Yeah. No, you've not seen the HEB commercial. What are you guys doing? Orbit doesn't even talk at all. But that would be great. I wonder if we could do that. With cue cards. Yeah, he could have cue cards, right? That would be great. But, seriously, I am excited to see what happens, to see who comes here. Who knows? The Astros may actually surprise us. And with this shakeup, because this is a big shakeup, these are two guys pitching, hitting coaches that have been here for a long time. Mm-hmm. So you just wonder what the direction is, what the philosophy is. Now, here's the only problem. If they don't really have a plan going forward, then we're just letting people go just to say we're making changes.
Well, that's the problem here is they're doing it unless they have somebody in mind. I'm sure they're going to go out and interview 6 to 8 people. They're going to try to get an idea of other teams thinking.
6 to 7 people, 6, 7,
6 to 8.
I'm just saying 6, 7. Let's.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
See.
Okay.
So you're not a teacher anymore. It's 6, 7. Sorry, okay. I had to do it.
Anyway, so they're going to go out and listen to what other guys have to say and see where they want to be. And I think that they have an idea. Dana Brown has made it very clear that they want to change the philosophy of the hitting on this team. And that's going to start with the That's going to start with the hitting coaches getting the idea across. You're not going to be able to change somebody like Jose Altuve. He's been doing this for too long. It's instinct at this point. That's what has made him so successful. But the other guys, especially like the Cam Smiths, the guys that you can possibly work with this offseason during spring training, that's where you can get your most bang for the buck with.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look, I think right now there's just a lot of unknowns, a lot of unknowns for Astros fans. We were talking about going to Fan Fest and the garage sale, not playoffs, which is weird, which is foreign to us because this is the first year that we've covered the team together that they are not in the playoffs. I mean, last year was a pretty early exit and that sucked.
Yeah.
But
I started talking Stros back in 2014, so we had a couple seasons.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, you had 15, and then 16. You had the 16 disappointment, right. and then 17 on. So hey, I don't think the golden era is over. No, I don't know. I'm just look. Everybody's still talking about that. Look, let's just start fresh. It's
stalled right now.
So what we need to find out is what is the theme going to be for next year.
We made changes. Are you happy?
We made changes.
Are you entertained?
Crane is not Jerry Jones. Because people are saying he's like Jerry Jones, but I don't think he's anything like Jerry Jones. I think he's better because he actually has championships in the last 30 years.
We're back, baby.
Cool. We're back? Question mark. Someone go, I saw you at Lids before. Is that Coach Turner? See, I don't know if that's Coach Turner from my school or another guy, but hey, thanks for seeing me at Lids.
Get it back. Get back.
The get back?
Get it back.
Or how about get it back? Yeah. Playoffs
or bust.
All right. Can we just put Yankees suck?
No.
Dang it. Okay. That'll sell a lot of shirts.
Yeah.
Sell a lot of shirts.
Well, they sold a whole bunch of those Carlos Beltran shirts, Beltran stocks. So when he left.
Yeah, I remember that. No, I remember. So I got to share this. I was at the game when he came back with the Mets, and this guy unfurled this huge bed sheet, and he had painted on it, tickets to the game, $30, beer, $15, Carlos Beltran, worthless. I was like, yeah, and it had money like coming out of his pockets. It was hilarious. But the booze, I've never heard booze that loud. Someone said, get her done. Jaime is bringing it. Okay, Larry, the cable guy. Get her done. Get her done. All right. Well, hey, you know what? This is a great it's a great show, man.
Yeah.
Good idea by Eric. Eric was close to me. He's like, hey, why don't I just come by and we do the show together?
Yeah, my daughter's out at dinner after band competition. So I'm like, I might as well do it now. So.
Yeah, might as well. So, hey, for myself, from Eric, Milo that's in the house, y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have a good one. And as always, we say,
Go Stros. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. We're out. Good job.
Get her done.
Get her done. Get her done.
Win some games.
Win some games. Hit some balls. Runners in scoring position.
Do something.
Later.